Welcome back. Important updates coming in on Vodafone Idea from sources where the impasse on Vodafone Idea seems to continue. Now remember, Vodafone Idea is sitting on a very large debt. It needs money. The DOT or the government had given them a chance to convert the interest on their AGR dues into government equity. So which would just reduce the cash flow burden on the company, on Vodafone Idea, right? Instead of paying that quarterly interest or monthly installment interest amount, they don't have to pay it because it will be converted into equity, which the government will own. But now that conversion of the interest on AGR dues has been pending for nearly a year. The government had given its go-ahead in January of last year. So 1 year now, but there has been no word from the government on converting it, which basically means till then, the cash flow burden on Vodafone Idea remains very high. Instead, what the government has been saying is that they want the promoters to infuse some money into Vodafone Idea before the government can, look to convert that, interest on the AGR burden into equity. So the standoff has been playing for a while now. On one hand, the government is saying that we want the promoters to first infuse money into the company, while the company is saying that we want the government to convert, as promised, its interest on AGR dues into equity and thereby alleviating the burden on the company. So this has been plaguing, the Vodafone Idea stock price. And now Ashmit has picked up some more details on what's transpiring over there. So let's quickly go across to Ashmit now. Ashmit?
Well, just for the benefit of our viewers, it was back in September of last year in 2020 when the cabinet had in fact cleared this proposal to convert equity, to convert government dues into equity. But the stalemate, it seems, has been continuing and seems likely to continue even further. The reason that is that from sources we've learned that Kumar Mangalam Birla met in fact the telecom minister as well as DOT officials, essentially to drive home the point that it is time now for the government to seriously consider to act on that decision of converting government dues into equity. However, the government has also clarified its position that the government says that it is critical for the founders and for the promoters to come forth and to infuse further funds into the company, and that any government decision to seriously consider and then to subsequently act on converting dues into equity will in fact be subject to a further fund infusion, a round of further fund infusion by the promoters. What is interesting, however, is that no commitment has been shared by Kumar Mangalam Birla on whether or not there will be any timeline or a certain quantum of funds that will be infused. So as a result, we see that both the sides are sticking firm to their position and are waiting for the other to act first. Vodafone Idea, on its part, is hoping for a fast round of government equity conversion, which will allow them to raise funds with investors. The government, on its part, is very, very clear that for any equity decision to be considered seriously by the DOT, it will be hugely relevant for the promoters to come forth and further infuse funds into the company. So the stalemate, essentially, as far as Vodafone Idea continues, no clarity in sight as to when this decision will be acted upon and give more clarity to the shareholders. Back to you.
All right, Ashmit, thanks a lot for that. So the stalemate over there continues.
And while the stalemate continues, the company is losing a lot of subscribers. Its subscriber market share has been dwindling, and because no money has been infused into the company is unable to start its 5G rollout. Remember, Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio have begun their 5G rollout. Jio has said that by Diwali of this year, they will complete a pan-India rollout, and Bharti Airtel had said by December of 2023. So they are fast-tracking their 5G rollout. But from Vodafone Idea, because there is no money coming in, it's been unable to move forward or press the pedal on 5G.
Oh, absolutely. Vodafone has been losing subscribers for 12 straight months now. And of course, it's negative Vodafone and positive perhaps for other incumbents. Rel Jio in the last couple of months has added over 14 lakh subscribers as well. So it has been, advantage the other incumbent players. But let's do one thing. Let's move on and talk about Rama Steel Tubes. It's on our radar after the company reported its highest ever sales volume in the third quarter. To understand this growth and what the management foresees in terms of the business